Okay, I don't know what was going on. Okay. Hey. All right, let's get down and let's get to it, y'all. I don't know what was happening. Okay, I am here. Yay, I am here. Okay, so. Okay, y'all, we're gonna try this again. I'm on. We're gonna try this again. Hey. This is very annoying to me right now. Okay? Chats. Let's bring the chat studio back up. Okay. Okay, let's go. All right. Let's see here. Let me put this down here. I can put this up because I'm recording on a couple of spots. All right. I don't know what's happening. All the odds are just trying to be against me today, y'all. Just trying to be against me. No. Okay. Hmm. Hmm. So hold tight, y'all. I am trying to operate three things and everything is just not flowing. And I don't like when my things aren't flowing. It really irritates me. So y'all just hold tight with me, okay? Okay, maybe so. Okay. Um, Let me switch my playlist, you guys, and I'll be right there, okay? Just hold on here. Because if I start doing too much, then I'm going to get upset. Or if I just don't end up doing what I need to do. Okay, here we go. Let's go. I know, but you know how I am. I have a certain way that I like to do stuff. So first of all, I got two different cameras going. I'm working three different gadgets. So just relax on me. Relax on me, okay? As I'm drinking my peach juice. I like to have music. I don't like it to be silent. I don't like that. Okay. Here we go. Let's see here. We're gonna start, y'all. Ah, this just didn't start very well tonight. I don't like when things interrupt, but guess what? I'm going to show y'all how to come on back from it, okay? All right, so we're going to get started with just some fun stuff. First and foremost, we're going to get started with just a couple of things, okay? So as I said, I don't know, can you hear them? Yeah, y'all can probably hear them real good, can't you? Okay, first, so I don't know if you guys heard me earlier, but I just want to give a big shout out to the WOW group, the Women of Wisdom. I went to it yesterday. This is my third time. It's every second Wednesday of each month, and it's a woman empowerment group meeting deal. You know, it's very inspirational. You can go and you can socialize and obviously be able to meet and mingle and mix and co-mate with new people. I met a couple of people that are brand new there as well, to hear Gulfport like myself. And it's just a really good program. Like if you're feeling down, if you're feeling like you need an uplift, there's a prayer corner, so that you can go over and have, them do a prayer for you. They have a clothing closet for women that may be going through transition, or maybe you've gained weight or lost weight and can't afford it, you don't want to go out and buy a brand new wardrobe. You can actually bring your items there. You can trade in, or you don't even have to bring things. You can just go there and pick out something, which is actually really cool for a lot of women. And there's a lot of expensive things that are there, all the way down to like purses. Kate Spade, the Coach. They had quite a few that they did auctions with. So it's always very uplifting. Hey Yolanda, when I go, I absolutely love it, and I'm going to remain going as I continue, because right now I'm getting ready to get into the real estate. It's getting ready to get going in, and I'm hoping that I end up not having any conflict going on with my podcast. So I will keep you guys updated on that for sure. All right, so before we get into some heavy lifting, we're going to play a little quick round of who's more likely to with, your partner, okay? Just a couple of them. Superpowers, it's not even with your couple, it could just be yourself. So it's a superpower. If you could magically gain any one skill overnight, like speaking a different language, any of that, right? What would it be? What would it be? Anybody? Come on. Anybody. I'm going to tell you what mine would be. Mine would be to be able to touch people and heal them. Quick. Touch people and heal them from cancer, anything they're going through. If I could just go around, fly, and touch people and heal them, I would love to be able to do that. So y'all tell me what you have going on. Yeah, see, I don't even know either, baby C. But you're right, it's been a problem today. But yeah, so come on, you guys. Let's get in it real quick before we get into the deep stuff, because we finna get into some deep stuff. But I just want to know, if you had a superpower, what would your superpower be? What would the superpower be? What would your superpower be? It would anything. It could be speaking a different language. Like I said, for me, mine would be if I could fly and just touch people and heal them from whatever illnesses they're going through. That would be mine. I would love to be able to fly through the air and just go around and touch people and heal them. Touch them and heal them from all ailments. So what do y'all got going on? Tell me, somebody, anybody. What you got? Come on, y'all. Y'all being slow right now. Come on. Just a little quick game before we get into the real stuff. Let's go. Another one. Do you like scheduled sex or spontaneous sex? Which one? Scheduled or spontaneous? Scheduled or spontaneous? Which one? Who is more competitive, you or your partner? I can tell you, I don't know which one is more competitive, but I think I am, because we're both competitive. I think I'm a little bit more competitive, and I like spontaneous. I do not like scheduled. Scheduled is very difficult for me. That's why I'm an entrepreneur. I like to dance at my own beat, my own drum. I like to make my schedule my way. So that would be my answers. I haven't heard anything from anyone. You guys are not playing the game. Yeah, good question. Come on, tell me. What? So I'm going to repeat them. If you can have any superpower you wanted, and if you could magically gain any one skill overnight, you guys, one skill overnight, like speaking a different language or being a master chef or whatever, what would it be? Like I said, for me, if I could literally, because I have dreams all the time that I fly. So if I've always said I would like to come back as a bird. So if I was actually flying and being able to just touch and heal people, I think to me that would be the best, 100%. All right, so you guys are just sitting there. No one has responded, so I'm just gonna. I guess you guys just want to go right on in, right? Is that the deal? Y'all just ready for it? Ready to go right on in? Is that it? No participation right now. Y'all just ready to get in. That's what I got going. All right, well, let's see here. Okay. I will say this. Andrea's thinking. Okay. I got one person thinking. What about you, Yolanda? Baby C? I haven't heard anything. Janice, Deborah. I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait. I don't see Deborah back on, and I don't see Janice back on. You like my power? Yeah, that's a really good power, isn't it? To be able to fly and then turn around and touch and heal people. I love that. Me too. I like my power as well. I do. God, I'm not used to it just being so dry like this, you guys. It's driving me crazy. Hold on. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get into they just don't want to play for me today. Yeah, they just don't. Okay, so I'm participating like your power. I think it's the best. I don't think I can top that. Okay, I like that. Anybody else? Anybody? Somebody? Nobody? No? Well, okay. Let me go ahead and maybe a fairy for kids that life is tough. Okay, I like that. Yep, I like that. I'm just gonna have something. I'm sorry. I don't care what it is. Okay, well, we're gonna get into it. Let's go on and get into it. So, All right. All right, here we go, y'all. We finna get real unfiltered and seasoned. So y'all better come on with it. And if I feel like y'all going dead on me, y'all gonna make me go dead today. Okay? Let's get it. All right. Let's get real for 1 second, okay? Realer than most people are willing to go. This is what we're getting ready to do, y'all. I don't care if you've been in a relationship or married for 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 30 years. If you're living in a house where you don't even sleep in the same bed anymore, or you haven't had sex in months, maybe years, or decline in the non-sexual touch, such as holding hands, hugging, and the lack of sexual connection, why are you still there? Why? Okay? This is what we're going to get into. Why are you still there? I have talked about this on many different occasions, but we're going to get into it just a little bit differently than normal. So, I'm going to ask people, have your conversations have your conversations become strictly transactional, y'all? In your relationship, meaning all you discuss is the bills and schedules and household stuff, like, household chores and things of that nature. Are you feeling just a little loss of interest in sharing deep thoughts with your partner? Are you just having small talk, small conversations? Feeling like you're actually talking to a stranger, y'all. Where at some point in time, it's starting to get dark here. At some point in time, there used to be a bunch of kindness and interaction and holding hands and all those different things. And have you noticed the decline in any of that kind of thing? Because, see, here's what I hear a lot. I hear people saying this. Oh, we're just at the age. Stop, you guys. Since when did 50 and 60, even your late 40s, but really, because this is our mojo time. So since when has the 50, 60 become the age where you turn off your body and settle for a roommate? Who's settling for a roommate right now? Who's sharing a room, but you feel like you're in a roommate situation? Anybody? Or maybe you don't even have the same. Yeah, okay, once it became such, I knew it was over. So you know what I'm talking about. So you know what I'm talking about, don't you? Seriously, hey, listen, y'all can pretend or ignore it, but I'm trying to tell you, I'm trying to educate you. Really. I've been there, done that. I've been there. And you can keep pretending and all of that, but I'm just here to let you know, if you're settling for that roommate, you probably don't even like the roommate much anymore. Maybe that's why you're fine and content with being in a separate room or in the bed, but you're on two different ends of that bed, right? Right? I mean, for real. Like, see, for me as a strategist, I look at the alignment. Physical intimacy, y'all, is the glue that holds a relationship. I don't care what nobody talks about. I don't care nothing about all these extra things. Hey, Roberta, hey. I don't care about any of those things. I'm telling you right now, physical intimacy is the glue to hold a relationship. And I'm not talking about if you're in a toxic relationship and all you do is just that act. That's not what I'm referring to. Here's what I'm saying. When that has left the building, the structure is compromised. Okay? The structure is compromised when that has left the building. If you're sleeping down the hall from each other, you aren't keeping the family together. You're just two people sharing the Wi-Fi passwords and mortgage or rent. I know it's been acting crazy. Then I decided to try it again, girl, and it popped on. So, yep, I wasn't going on, but then I seen people popping up saying, yep, you're on, we see you on Facebook, so I decided, why not? Somebody needs to get to Deborah and Janice for me and let them know that I'm on. If somebody can do a quick DM or something to them, let them know, because I got my phone rolling also, because I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to get on the page or not. And so I'm sure that they're both off, and they are actually think that I am coming on tomorrow. So if somebody, please do me a favor and just get to Janice and Deborah and let them know that I'm on. I would really appreciate that. Let them know that I popped back on. That would be wonderful. Okay? Let's see. I see you just happened to check. Yeah, okay. So great. I'm glad. So, okay, so let's go. Let's finish. So, yeah, are y'all, sharing separate rooms down the hall from each other and just sharing Wi-Fi passwords and mortgage and or rent? Like, really. I hear the excuses, y'all. It's comfortable. It's easier than moving. We're used to it. These are the things, but is comfortable? I mean, really, listen. Is comfortable worth the price of your fire? Meaning, your desire, your fire, your desire. Is it really worth the price of that? Is easier worth never being touched by someone who actually desires you? Like, here's what I can say. I'm sitting here in Gulfport, back with my junior high baby. Now, this is my story, and I know it doesn't work for everybody's, but I'm just saying for me. And let me tell y'all something. The second act of your life, which we are in, y'all. Andrea, you ain't made it there yet, baby. But you getting there. But the second act should have more passion in it than the first. Not less. It should 100% have more passion now than you did before. No matter what. No matter what. I'm saying, and ask the question. Okay, and ask the question again. I said, I don't know who just, it's Roberta. The question that I posed, I said, so, let me back it up. I basically was asking you, is your partner, if you have a partner, are y'all sleeping as one, or are y'all sleeping as roommates? That's right. So you got me, so you're with me. You're with me. You heard me. You got me. So, because, like I said, it is definitely something, because see, people always talk about love, 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 love. Love is not enough to hold a relationship together. You gotta know. Yes. So what I was saying is, are you are you in a relationship and you're living like roommates? Are you living like roommates? Meaning you can maybe sleep in the same bed, but you're on both opposite sides. Or you're sleeping down the hall, somebody's sleeping upstairs, somebody's sleeping downstairs. Whatever that situation may be, what I'm saying is, what I can tell you and what I know is that I hear people always come up with the excuses of, oh, we're just at the age, or we're getting older, I'm tired, or, all that different stuff. And what I said is, stop it. Since when did 50 or 60 become the age where you turn off your body and you settle for a roommate that you don't even really like much? That's what I was saying. And I said, as a strategist, I look at alignment, and physical intimacy is the glue of a relationship. When everything else is working, that is the core of it, to keep it. Because I know, for me, part of my love language is being intimate. And intimate in two ways. Hey girl, you're here. Whoever told her, I appreciate it. You're back. Is that, it's like this. When the intimacy, the sexual part of it all, the physical intimacy of it is gone, your structure it's compromised. If you're sleeping down the hall from each other and you aren't keeping the family keeping y'all together, as I said, and you're just two people sharing the Wi-Fi, right? Because of infidelity, it destroyed everything, period. So I felt like he had ruined whatever. And see, and that is so true. But how long did it take you to get there? Right? Because there was infidelity. You still slept in the bed and just slept separate, or were you separated in two different rooms? Because I understand that too. I didn't have infidelity, but I felt like that I was with a roommate, and for that I couldn't take it. There's no way that I can be laying in a bed with someone and we're roommates. So for me, I couldn't handle that, and I decided to remove myself from that situation, which led me to being in my own. Oh, that's a long time, baby, going back and forth. That's a long time. Yep. See, that's another thing. We got to recognize when something is no good for us no more, when something isn't working for us no more. We cannot afford, and I'm going to get there too, but we cannot afford to wait that time. That's a long time period of trying to figure it out, I guess. And here's a couple of things. Some people have traded their sexuality for peace and quiet that feels more like a graveyard than a sanctuary, right? You're in a stalemate situation. And in a stalemate, the only winning move is to change the game. You've got to. Don't spend the next 20 years in a twin bed wondering, like you did 10 years, wondering where life went. If you aren't sleeping together, you're already living apart. If you are sleeping together but nothing's happening, you still are living apart. You're just doing it under the same roof and you're stuck, right? So this is what happens with most people, most women. You get stuck and you get in that comfortable and you're scared to go out and jump into the unknown. After investigating everything in me to help him become a better man, he changed. Okay, this is Baby C. I love your comments, my dear. After investigating everything in me to help him become a better man, he changed. Okay, and so are you with him still? 10 years? Are y'all still together? Let me know. I want to know a little bit more about it so I can really understand what you're saying. Because for me, I say you're stuck. Stop using that calendar. So many people do it as an excuse to stay miserable. Seriously. I knew my husband for 32 years, but the moment the math of my happiness stopped adding up, the years didn't matter anymore. Whether you're 40 or 65, your time is still the most valuable. Your time is really still the most valuable asset that you own. You have. You hear me? So if you're spending time on a partnership that feels more like a prison sentence, your relationship is at a crossroad. You might say, but I love him. Love is not enough, y'all. I done told you this. I just decided to walk away last July for the last time. Wow. Wow. Okay. That's deep. For the last time. And it was a 10-year long bid of it. See? That's why I say love is not enough to hang on to something. I don't care if you were in it for 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, like myself. I was in something for 32 years. Who cares? If it was no longer serving me personally, the math wasn't mathing. Math wasn't adding up. So for me, it was time for me to move on. And God knows, my child knows exactly. She knows. She knows. And so many people get so caught up in that. But we have history. History, y'all, is literally data. Look at you now, right? You got history, but it's in the past, ain't it? You walked away last July. It's in the past. It's gone. Strategy is how you handle your future. You guys, women, we have got to start thinking about us. And this, you know what? This does not even just apply to women. Men as well. Because I know, and I definitely know men that have been in situations that they weren't the one. You know what I mean? They weren't the one. And this is what has happened to them. So, as y'all all know, I traded the big life. I had the big life and the long history, 32 years, for a 1,700, my domain right here, 1,700 square foot sanctuary in Gulfport. And a man who actually wants to be and walk beside me. Truly. I didn't lose those years. I just stopped letting them hold my future hostage, because that was happening. I was feeling like I was suffocating. I was feeling like I was growing, but I was growing, and I'm growing inside of this little thing here. And I'm getting like this, but I'm still stuck inside of this, right? If you aren't growing together, you're just aging together. If you're not growing together, you are just aging together. Hear me and hear me good. Fine is a failing grade, y'all. Fine is a failing grade. It's time to stop counting the years you've been putting in and start counting the years you've left, like you did. You see what I'm saying? Time served. Like I said, 5 years of wrong, or 10 years, or 15, or even 30, doesn't get better by adding another 5, 10, or 15, or 30 years. It doesn't get any better. And as you see, after 10 years, you had to walk away. So sometimes you got to understand, and he's in a whole new relationship with some woman, but he's constantly calling me, messaging me about everything that has and is doing. See that? Messy. So, and I would encourage you to continue your path. Continue straight. Do not navigate and go back to the east or to the west. Keep your path going. Do not look back. Continue on. I would not even engage in it at all, because he's still trying to hold on to something as he's got something new happening. And we're too old and too grown for that. We're too old and too grown. Whether you are 40 or 60, you are entering a new phase where you shouldn't have to compromise your damn peace. Period. 30, you shouldn't have to 35, shouldn't have to compromise your damn peace to nobody for nothing at all. Your peace is your sanity. Your peace is your safe haven. Your peace is what keeps your soul clean and good. Peace. That's where it comes from. And that's why when I needed peace. All the loudness and all that was enough. So when I say to you guys, I'm going to ask you this now. Look at your partner tonight. Okay? And if you didn't have the history 5, 10, or 30 years, would you sign up for 5 more today? Would you? Would you? Hear that? Look at your partner tonight. If you didn't have the history, the 5 years, the 10 years, the 15 years, the 30 years, whatever you got going on right now, would you sign up for 5 more tomorrow? That peace feels real good. For me, I've never felt anything better. That peace has set me free, truly. So that may help you and tell you a lot. Again, if you didn't have the history, meaning the 5 years that you've been with the person, the 10 years you've been with the person, the 15 years, the 30 years, if you didn't have the history, would you sign up for another 5 more? Would you? Just think about that. Not me. Not in my old, not me. But at the same token, you guys, a relationship can be saved. You know, sometimes you likely have a solid foundation to be able to move forward. So that's going to come if both partners are actively willing to do the work and engage in honest conversations. If you still feel love or care for each other, even if the spark feels faint right now, you still can. If you can still be vulnerable with each other and you feel safe, right? I would suggest schedule weekly or daily time to talk about your relationship, the life stressors, the goals. See, this provides an actual safe, consistent space for vulnerability so tough topics don't just pile up. Because that's a problem. Most people don't like to have to go into that, right? The piece that yes, absolutely, Roberta, 100%. Surpasses all the understanding, 100%. Yep. So, there's lots of ways. So even if stuff maybe, so Janice said, well, in my case, I cannot look at my partner tonight and say that. Okay, that's okay. Well, you don't even have to necessarily look at him. You can just think about it, Janice. Just visualize them. Go ahead and visualize them, and ask that question to yourself. And be honest. Be honest, you guys. This is the real point of it all, is what I try to stress. is that so many of us keep lying to ourselves because it's, oh, well, I've been with this person for so long that what's going to happen? What are people going to think? What are people... Man, I've been there, done that, did it, went through all of it. People can think what they want to think. Who cares? It's about you. It's about your happiness. It's about the way you want to move, the way you want to create your life, the way you want to be, the way you want to see. All of it. Like, it has nothing to do with nothing else. Well, in my case, okay, that's what she said. So, again, there are ways, not everything is saying dump it off and let it go. But I know for so many of us, we don't like to be vulnerable enough to share those feelings, because sometimes some people, when they get angry, they turn around and take what you've shared with them and they turn it back on you when you're in an argument. Right? That happens. We know that. It happens. And so you have to be able to feel safe enough with the person. And if you don't feel comfortable enough to talk to your partner about those type of things, then you're probably not in the right relationship. Because you should be able to be vulnerable enough to be able to talk to your partner about anything. Period. If it's regarding the relationship, if it's going to better the relationship, if it's something that's hurting the relationship, you should be able to actually speak on it and talk about it. And it doesn't have to get crazy. It should be, it's like you have to nurture the emotional safety, right? So creating a judgment-free environment where both of you feel like you can be seen, heard, and validated. And it's not easy. It takes practice. It's not something that you can just start overnight and just do. But with practice and over time, it becomes a normal part of a relationship. Just like, how you make date night a thing? You make date night a thing, right? Exactly, Roberta. Exactly. The people are not in the relationship, you are. Right? And sometimes, she said, sometimes you are just carrying the relationship and the other person is not vulnerable and not willing to open up. So you have to make a decision. 100%. You said it so smoothly and so well. 100%. Because what are you going to do? Is you're going to continue to play crazy and act like, the big elephant in the room and ignore it and ignore it? I mean, how long are you going to be able to do that? I like what Roberta just said. Is that Roberta speaking? Yes, that is Roberta. Yes, it is. I absolutely like that. She says, sometimes you are just carrying the relationship and the other person is not vulnerable and not willing to open up. So you have to make a decision. You have to. And you got to make one for yourself. I mean, seriously. People don't understand until you're there, until you really fully get it. That peace thing is everything. Yeah, and she says, yeah, you can't make nobody be with you, and I don't want to be with nobody that don't want to be with me. Exactly. And so if you're feeling like, this whole thing is, you got to figure it out. And if you can't, then you got to ask yourself, is it worth even trying? They say it often takes 4 to 5 positive statements to balance out one negative criticism. Make it a habit maybe to express specific appreciation daily. That can actually help. Sometimes you're holding on and they're not holding. 100%. Roberta said, sometimes you're holding on and they're not holding on. 100%. And so you just got to ask yourself, is whatever you're in and things are not right at this moment, can you fix it? Is it able to be fixed? Is it worth being fixed? Or is it time to move on? Because sometimes it's just time to move on. You can be with somebody 5 years, 20 years, 30. Sometimes it's really just time to move on. And it doesn't matter how long you've been with that person, because that is like the number one thing that I hear. Oh, well, I've been with him for so long that I just, you know, we've been. If it's not serving you a purpose now, who cares? It doesn't matter. If it's not serving you a purpose right now, if it's causing you more harm than good, if it's causing you more stress than good, if, like Roberta says, your heart is broke but it's not gonna mend, if you just stay in it and they're not trying to be in it either, you got it. That is 100%, Roberta. She said, your heart is broke, but it's not gonna mend if you just stay in it and they're not trying to be in it with you. Move on and heal yourself. And that's right. Move on and heal yourself, because there's always somebody that's going to come along and appreciate exactly who you are for who you are. Is willing to be vulnerable with you, is willing to listen to you, is willing to, understand all of those things without, sometimes it turns into a battlefield. Like gaslighting you, or making you feel like it's you, but it's not, right? Some people don't move on because they don't know how to move on without the other person because of the history, and they stay in that toxic relationship. 100%. I love that, Roberta. You are on fire. Hey, Tracy. Hey. Hey, girl. You are on fire, Roberta. You are on fire. She says some people don't move on because they don't know how to move on without other people because of the history, and they stay in a toxic relationship. And that's what I said. Some people, they use the excuse, oh, well, we've been together for 30 years. Oh, we've been together for 15 years. Oh, we've been together, so what? I was with somebody for 32 years and I left. And I left for my peace and my sanity. So, yes, we're evolving every day, so you must evolve. I love that, Roberta. 100%. And that's what I talk about when I get into talking about mindset. It's the same thing. If you keep allowing your same mindset to be sitting there, stuck in that same freaking circle of nothing, shame on you. Shame on the person once, but shame on you on the second and the third and the fourth and the fifth and the sixth and all the above, right? Because you may be missing your whole blessing, your whole blessing, freaking around with this person that ain't doing crap for you, but making you feel, your stomach, you feel sick, all that kind of stuff, and you yuck to have to come home. You really don't want to have to come home to it, or just any of it. And you meet couples every day that are intoxicated relationships that have been together for several decades, and they compromise and live that life. 100%. That part, 150%, I'm telling you. Do not compromise on anything in your life right now. Look, y'all, we really are in our last full stage of our life, right? We're at past the 50, most of us that are on here. We're past the 50 stage. So we're more than halfway went through our life. Why are you wasting time on wasteful people? I don't care. Relationship, friends, All of it. If they're not serving you in your life no more, get rid of them. Let them go. Throw them out the door and keep it moving. Just like I had a friend that when I was going through separation, that she decided to play neutral. Girl, bye. That's why she's not in my life right now to this day. Deuces at you. 2017, I ain't looked back. Not one more day. Bye. You don't belong in my life. You see, so you gotta know. You gotta know 100% of where you're going and what is good for you. You can do bad. That's right. You can do bad all by yourself. All by yourself. All by yourself. 100%. So, we're going to move on, y'all. I'm finna move right on along. I got another one for you. Girl code and bro code. Okay, so we talk about this girl code and boy code, bro code, like it's just about who gets to date who. But we're going to get a little bit deeper tonight, right? I'm talking about the kind of like loyalty, and that's what I was just talking about when I said I had a friend. I had a friend that been known her since junior high, late elementary, junior high. My friend. And when y'all know my whole deal, I don't even have to get into it, you know it. All the way back from 2017 when I made the decision, right? So, you know when you're going through something that it's a time in need that you need your actual village, right? The people that you've been knowing all your life, from a little girl, all of that. But instead, like I said, instead of having my back, one of that long life friend, she decided to be his friend. And so that's where that led to, right? So now what I say is on girl code, because this is where we're at. For me, some people may think, oh, well, you know what? He died, so are y'all friends again? No. The friendship went down the tube right along with that. So that's over. Girl code to me is for me one huge thing. You are supposed to be loyal to me first and foremost. So does that change the code even if somebody passes away? I say absolutely not. No, 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 no. So let's get into it. Okay. I got so much stuff. Let's get here. Okay. Here we go. Loyalty versus control. Is calling dibs on an ex-boyfriend or girlfriend for life fair? Or is it a form of possessiveness? I say for me that it's for life. Some argue that girl code can be bent, or if you have a transparent conversation and get explicit permission before pursuing someone, before pursuing a friend's or used to date. I think that's crap. I think that's a lie. I would never be comfortable with somebody that, a friend of mine, dating somebody in my past. Because for me, that would say, oh, you must have been thinking about him when I was with him. I wouldn't care if it was 15 years later or 20 years later. That would be a no pass for me. That would be breaking girl code. So you might compare it to bro code, but bro code, they often focus more on physical actions and having each other's backs in rooms where, as the girls are more emotionally driven, right? You guys would let me know what you're thinking. Um, it's like some friend groups agree that a friend can only claim a specific number of exes as a permanent off limits, and all other former partners or casual flings or short-term dates are considered fair game. Janice said, no, I don't think I could date somebody my friend used to go with, and I don't give a damn how many years ago. Girl, I'm with you on that. Me neither. Absolutely, 150%. I say never. That's me. I say never, never, never. Short term, long term, I don't care. No, absolutely not. Because all it's going to do for me is say, was she looking at him when I was with him way back when? Like, that is so weird to me. No. Is it practical to ban an entire group of people from your friends forever too? Like, no, you can't talk to nobody that I used to talk to and call yourself my friend. See, that's what I say too. Thank you. That's Roberta. And that was just Janice that was saying that. I think that is crazy, and especially if somebody broke your heart or that kind of thing. I think that would be absolutely 150% crazy. They say a 15-year rule, statute of limitations. A woman starts dating her former college roommate, ex-boyfriend, 15 years after they broke up. The relationship isn't serious yet, but she wonders if she even needs to tell the old friend. If you have to ask, if you got to tell, that should tell you exactly. That should give you your answer. That would be a hard no. Now, some women, exactly, or like I said, she been looking at him. She been looking at him real hard all them years. She been looking. That is not, no. I'm with both y'all on that. I don't give a damn how many years it is. Absolutely not. 100%. Yeah, no, girl code don't have no expiration date at all. See, so like bro codes are different. Like, they just know this is a rule of thumb for them. Because see, here, there's so many women sometimes so hungry that they're willing actually to break up their friendship for the man. And then they realize that that man that they were so hungry for, they got burnt. Did them dirty in one way, shape, or form. Right? So now they done threw their friendship away and behind this person. To me, it just doesn't make sense. Now that you're not with him, she wants to get your permission to date. Exactly. That's crazy. Like, no, absolutely not. So like dudes, one of their bro codes is ex-girlfriend rule. Never date or hook up with friends, ex-girlfriend without his explicit nothing. Like, they'll look at you crazy. Like, that's not even up for discussion. How about, has anybody ever staying in your friend's ex profile, in your friend's ex's profile or stories while claiming to be your bestie? Playing both sides. All that stuff is very weird. This is often called orbiting, staying just close enough to see what they're doing without actually talking to them. So if you're watching your ex's stories, your friend's ex's stories, you're not a friend. You're a fan of the drama. Your friend been sneaking. Exactly. You're a fan of the drama, man. Like if you're really doing that, you're down low being a fan of the drama. Some men will let you date their exes, but you gotta ask for permission because he'll say, well, the girl never meant nothing. Exactly, that's what I said. For a man, it's either the girl is completely off limits, or it could be up for discussion, a heartfelt permission discussion to talk about it. Just depends on what that is, but they're pretty clear. Whereas, like I said, I think women sometimes are so hungry that a woman will be like, fuck the friendship, I want him. And they go after him and screw the friendship. And I've seen that. I've seen it. I've literally witnessed that before. So I have definitely, I've been on that end where I know that has happened. Because okay, here's another one. Double tap in a friend's ex's photo, especially a selfie or a flex post, is a direct micro betrayal. It tells your friend that you value that person's content more than your friendship. Peace of mind. True loyalty means your likes are reserved for your team, not the opposition, baby. Not the opposition, not the ops at all. If you are a true friend, you don't keep a window open to your friend's past pain either. Yes, some women, Roberta said, yes, some women are just real thirsty. Yes, 100%. And they will do that. They will forego all of that. To me, when a friend goes through a breakup, you should at least mute the ex. Keeping them on your feed is just nosy. And it's a violation, a 100% violation. There should be a full block going on. They ain't together no more. You ain't on his page. You ain't trying to see what he's doing. Matter of fact, you're just not. No. Yep. They leave the, they leave the portals open. How about the friend who uses the gatekeep? You know what I'm talking? That friend that every person she sees she likes, she wants to get with. Is that person off limits? Yeah, sometimes you just have those that are just, that's a little stretch. Or how about the friend that says I don't care when you ask to date the ex? I don't believe that. I would never tell somebody I don't care. Go for it. Never, not me. I'm just telling you how I'm built. Just like, that's why I have zero tolerance things that it's just not ever for discussion. Because I know my reaction and what that would do to me and how it would make me react and be every day. Just like, I'm going to jump off real quick, but I'm going to go back to this. Just like, anybody see Little Hot Mama's long you ain't coming after my man? Yep. Anybody see the man that just got convicted of manslaughter? I talked about this last week. His wife was having an affair. She wasn't having a physical affair. She was having an emotional affair with someone. And they went jogging down, through the trails and that, hiking through the trails. And he tried to push her off the cliff. That didn't work. He tried to do her arm with the syringe because he's a doctor with some stuff that he thought he would knock her out or whatever. She was fighting back. So these things didn't work. The best he got over her was he knocked her upside the head a few times with the brick and busted her head all up. But somebody hurt her in the woods, and they came to her rescue. And he tried to run, but he got caught. Now, why am I talking about this? Because I said it last week and the week before, I believe. Emotional cheating is so much more difficult for people to get to network, gather, get through, navigate through, because it's way deeper than just a physical thing. You are sharing hearts when it becomes emotional. You're checking in with that person. You're telling that person all you got to see that. Okay, yes. And he just got convicted of manslaughter, and they did deem him with being a little out of it, like he was so distraught from his wife having an emotional affair. See, if they had said physical, the reaction is not the same. So they said they deemed him to be a little out of it, like he had lost his mind, knowing that his wife was having an emotional affair. And so with that comes back to this. When someone says, oh no, go ahead, lies you tell, because if I could never imagine my friend, me and my guy is done. Been done now, but been together for this long, but now we're done the last few years. And my girl pops up to my house, we're having date night or whatever it may be, with him? What? Absolutely not, because the emotions linger longer than people actually admit. So, yes, and he's trying to kill. Yes. They just finished tonight, today or yesterday. He got charged with manslaughter, maximum of 20 years, and he's probably not even going to get that. Probably, because again, that emotional thing is something totally different than the physical. I mean, it comes here. It becomes a bond like this more so than anything else. And so you're telling your deepest soul secrets. You're talking about what he's not doing for you, how you're not being satisfied. All of those things are being discussed in an emotional relationship. And he's the person, whoever it is that is having it, is listening to all the things that they haven't heard from their mate in a long time. How good they are, and if they were, this and that, and he's not treating you right, and he should be doing this, and he should be doing that. That's how it goes. That's why, to me, as I've always said, an emotional relationship is way worse than a physical. But me personally, zero tolerance for both. Can't handle it. No, I can never trust you again, because I'm never going to want to look through your phone, and now I feel like I got to go through your phone. I need you to open it. I need you to be on location. I need you to do... I ain't got time for that. If I have to do that to somebody, we don't need to be together. Like, never not. No, I'm not doing that. And the emotional attachment is going to lead to physical eventually. 100%. No doubt about it. 100%. 100%. And for me, yeah, that zero tolerance. I'm not doing neither one of them. I can't. No, not me. Let's see here. And yeah, so should you ever take your friend's permission at face value, or is the only safe move is to stay away? To me, the safe move is to stay away. Period. There is nothing like it. Men rarely ask. They know that in a club like Male Friendships, even asking the question can get you looked at sideways. So it's just not up for discussion with men. For men, a friend's sister is generally considered off limits for romantic or sexual advances, completely off limit. The no hitting on current partners, should never hit on a bro's current girlfriend, even as a joke. Not cool, they don't dig it at all. And I asked, so that's where I'm getting these from. Dibs and interest. If a friend expresses clear interest or a crush on someone first, they have dibs, and you should not pursue that person. This is men. It's not women, because women, we don't know. Women will go after your man and say screw your relationship with your friend in a heartbeat. I've seen it many times. While men will never snitch either on another man when they are cheating. Girls say you must tell her immediately. I believe in that. However, doing so often kills the messenger, as we all know. So you might lose your friendship with her, because if she chooses to stay with him, you know, then he's looking at you crazy, and she's looking at you like you done intervened. Most women that I know at least they say they want to know, and I think that's being real. If you don't want to know, then you're trying to stay in that comfortable spot of pretending, and it's not what it is. So is it better to be the bad friend who keeps a secret to protect her current happiness, or the girl's girl who tells the painful truth? Girl's girl, I'm telling. Girl's girl, I'm telling. And you can be mad at me for however long you need to be. I'm going to be right here, but I'm telling. Here, the core rules of girl code. This is death penalty. Dating a friend's ex-husband or staying neutral during a separation. Automatic termination. To me, I've experienced it. Automatic termination. 100%. Because being neutral is just a slow motion betrayal. Period. Being neutral. I don't like when people are neutral. I don't like that neutral stuff. I really don't. Not in a serious, when it's something really serious going down. I don't want my friend to be neutral. I don't need you to be neutral. Don't want you to be. I'm telling too. I'm telling. Tier 2, major betrayal. Knowing about a cheating partner and keeping it a secret. So if you know that your girl's dude is cheating and you keep that stuff a secret, that's tier number 2. That's called, again, a major betrayal. The first one, as I said, was the death penalty. Okay? And then the third tier is a misdemeanor, but dating a casual ex without a check-in first. That's a misdemeanor, but I'm going to be looking at you sideways and really going to keep you at arm's length. Janice says some people already know, they just want to find out on their own, and then when you tell them, they feel like they're stupid. I don't want to call nobody out, but you know I'm saying that another person, yep, oh no. Person seen what they already believed in. Absolutely. 100%. And it's true. You know, I don't want to call it stupid either, but stupid is what stupid do. And so sometimes women like to ignore that stuff. Yep. Roberta said, yep, pick a side. I'm with that. Yep, pick a side. Get out of here with that neutral stuff. And especially if you ain't been knowing him as long as you've been knowing me, if you don't get out of here with that, I'm looking at you sideways. You want him? Is that, you've been lurking in the background all this time? You want him? Is that why you being neutral and shit? No, I ain't playing that neutral nothing. Neutral my butt. No, pick a side. Pick a side. A friend's ex-boyfriend or girlfriend or even a crush is generally considered off limits forever, regardless of who dumped who. May believe there's no statute of limitations on this rule. None at all. So, last thing, I'm going to wrap it up with y'all. I'm moving quick because I wanted to get through it. Last part. Anybody got a bucket list? And on that bucket list, anybody been interested in having a threesome? Anybody? Not me. Not on the bucket list. I'm way too. No. That wouldn't work for me at all. I am way too. I can't do that. I couldn't not do that. Some women agree to a threesome primary, though, for the benefit of their partner. I think most women generally do it for the benefit of their partner. There are some women that actually wanted to do it themselves, but I think for the most part, most women actually do it to please their partner. They may want to fulfill a partner's long-held fantasy, even if they do not personally share it, as an act of generosity or giving. Yep, no threesomes. Me neither, girl. Some people, in some cases, though, uses a threesome in leverage, using it as a bargaining chip or a way to gain leverage in the relationship. Some may also hope it serves as a band-aid for a faltering relationship or prevent a partner from seeking variety elsewhere. Though experts warn, this can often lead to resentment. Yeah, and not only resentment, it's going to lead to more than that. Because you think that because you're allowing another chick to come in that's going to stop him. No, if he's got an appetite for wanting lots of women, he's going to continue to want lots of women. Roberta said, why would I be in a monogamous relationship and then break the monogamy by allowing someone else in my relationship and create a soul tie? I'm with you, girl. Jenna said, there's something that's not in my bucket list. Yep, that's not in my bucket list either, baby. You let another person in your relationship, your man's gonna leave with her. Yeah, I've seen it. I've witnessed it. I know it. One friend brought in her best friend. They both was with him. Then he started liking the best friend more. And then they had a tug of war. They both ended up pregnant. One got rid of and one kept the baby. All out of having a threesome. The best friend brought in one. Janice says, my cousin offered it to her man all the time. And I asked her, how do she feel with that? I mean, is that comfortable to you? She said it is the enjoyment that she gets watching her man enjoy it. Now that's crazy as hell, she said. And I agree 100%. Hey, Deborah, I agree 100% with that. That's crazy. See, I'm way too possessive in that manner. I don't believe in sharing. I'm not sharing. I'm not going to sit here watching him rub and caress her and do stuff. No, are you freaking crazy? That's not happening. That's not happening. Watching him caressing and hugging and that, now, not over here. No. But I know people that did it. And guess what? They're still together right now to this day. They did go through a divorce, a separation. I think they got divorced and remarried or went through a separation, but they back together and they've been back together, and I think stronger than ever. And they're going on probably a solid, and they got together in their 20s, and we're all in our late 50s. So they've been going solid. Yeah, I told somebody to get with you and Janice and let you guys know that I was on. Janice popped right back on. My bad. Yeah, it came back on. I clicked everything off and went back to it, and it popped on. and it was allowing me to record. I don't know what was going on today, Deborah. They think that shit is cute until it happens and destroys their relationship. Is nasty exchange and fluids with the third person. Really? Exactly. And I'm telling you, though, that they actually did this, though. So it was a girl that brought in her best friend. He ended up liking the best friend more. So him and the best friend started dating or doing whatever. And she's still here too. Now they done got into it. Now they are no longer friends. They battling because you decided to bring in your best friend. They both got pregnant. One had a abortion and one had the baby. And they are still together right now. Now they did separate for a good minute. But they got back together. And you know what else is crazy? The best friend is still around. She comes to their functions and everything. I've seen it with my own two eyes. They still can communicate. They invite each other to their stuff. Never, ever in my entire life, I would never trust you unless y'all still doing threesomes. I would still never trust that happening ever in my lifetime. Yeah, open relationship. No, never. So Roberta said they don't have a monogamous relationship. They have an open relationship. I'm not fighting over no man. I'm not fighting over no man that was mine. I don't think so. Me neither, girl. I ain't doing that. But see, she should have never invited her in. She invited the best friend in. She should have never invited the best friend in. But I'm sure she did it for thinking that this is a way to hold him, to keep him satisfied. So many people engage in the threesome once to satisfy a bucket list curiosity. Over 80% of people who have had a threesome report it was a one-time experience, but they wanted to do it. That's all dysfunctional and toxic for me too, y'all. A woman might feel a threesome provides a safe space to explore her own same-sex attractions or kinks while staying within the comfort and security of her primary relationship. That's what they say. Even with the best intentions, the reality of seeing a partner with someone else can trigger unexpected and intense jealousy, even if it seemed rational in the planning stages. There's a risk that one participant may develop an emotional bond with that third person, like I told you I seen with my own two eyes, with that third person, which can damage the original relationship if not handled with extreme care and communication. I don't want to hear none of that. Experts at the Psychology Today emphasize that a threesome will change a relationship forever, either for better or for worse, and is a significant risk for couples who are not already on a stable emotional ground. That's all crazy to me. Not me, I'm not doing it. Because the woman could have got together and excluded him and ran off to La La Land. Yeah. Roberta said, yeah, because the woman could have got together and excluded him and ran off to La La Land. You see what I'm saying? So, 100%, y'all. I mean, it's just crazy. All those people should just be single. They don't need to be in a monogamous relationship because they don't practice. Yeah, go ahead and do the poly thing, right? If you want to explore a woman, do it by yourself. Absolutely. Right. I mean, I just don't understand that whole thing. They just want to do freak-offs like P. Diddy. Yeah, girl. Yeah. But go ahead and express yourself. If you want to be poly and you want to have lots of relationships, do it. Have at it, but be real with yourself about it, right? So, All right, y'all. Well, that's it. That's all I got for today. I just want to say to y'all, I appreciate you. Thank y'all so much today for rocking with me. Let's see here. Oh, no, it is up. I don't know why it does that. See, this interrupted my recording before. So I'm not even, I don't know. It doesn't want to work today. And I'm not going to force it. This whole thing has been acting so weird. Literally.
Powered by Riverside FM.
Look at that. So, okay, y'all. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for rocking with me tonight, y'all. I'm going to leave y'all with this. As you know, I always leave you with something. I stopped asking for permission and started looking at the map. And remember, a true bro or bestie never leaves you in a stalemate. Choose your team wisely. Choose your partners even better. Until next Thursday, y'all, stay unfiltered and seasoned. All right? Yes, and I just had to come back to you too, Roberta, because I had to bring the music over so people can see that. So, yes, I appreciate, thank you for being here. I'm so glad that you were here tonight. You had so much to say, and you had a lot of great things to say, and I love you for it. Thank you guys. Thank you all, Janice, Deborah, all of y'all for rocking with me tonight, putting up with the little shenanigans that at first started off all crazy and rocky, but we got through it. Thank you, Tracy. Appreciate all y'all. Mwah. Love you till next week. Bye.